Hey everyone, so we've got a bit of a haul video here today. It's a good end to the week, second week on the channel, and we finally got what I wanted for quite a while now. So I'll show it on camera straight away. And I think this is going to be a massive improvement for the channel, which is the PodMic USB. Can we get the focus on that? There you go, PodMic USB. And there's various reasons as to why I chose the PodMic. But before I say that, just excuse any sort of degradation in video quality. I'm recording full screen on OBS. It's only a 720p output when I'm using my FX30 as a webcam rather than 4K. But I thought that the benefits of being able to record directly into my Razer mic and have the sound, decent outweighs the visuals for this video in particular. I'm looking at the screen now, everything looks good, everything looks okay. I've got the main light on, so even though it's probably a little bit more flat, you can see the product and everything in case you're interested in buying one yourself. PodMic USB. And the reason that I went for the PodMic USB is because it gives me flexibility. With the USB and the inbuilt amplifiers and being able to actually have the ability to choose when I want to upgrade to an interface rather than being forced into buying an interface that's available to me today. I think that's the main reason that this was my choice, even though the PodMic non-USB is like half the price. And the second reason that I wanted the PodMic USB or non-USB is because it's a very directional dynamic microphone, so it will pretty much only pick up my voice, which will make the streamings far less worrisome for me. You might notice the chair I'm borrowing, Dow's chair, I've just washed my own one. So I'm going to start the unboxing. This isn't an unboxing channel, but we have to play the YouTube game a little bit, and it might be interesting for someone. Here's my knife. It's a ceramic blade, and it's like $1.50 from Daiso. This is what I want, the lesson to be. Some things are worth investing in because they make a noticeable difference. Other things aren't. So let's get this open then. I mean, if you're Crocodile Dundee, maybe a Spyderco is worth it. But for a YouTube unboxing channel, it's a little bit gauche. Okay, so here we are. So it just opens up like this. And let's just have a little look. So Rode is an Australian company, and it says here on the box it's designed and made in Australia. If that matters to you, it matters to me, because it's people's livelihoods. I like to support things that still have a little bit of a human touch. And then there we are. So this is the box inside the box. PodMic USB by Rode, in case you're wondering, in case people are wondering. And it says versatile dynamic broadcast microphone. And there we have it there, like I said. Designed and made in Australia. It's not quite focusing. Okay, there you go. And then it's just got its marketing buzzwords across the side there. So let's have a look what we get in the box, is it? Good thing I didn't buy one. Good thing I didn't buy one because they're like $25. But it comes with the pop filter, which should really help with the plosives once it's close to my face. But yeah, that's like I don't know if the standard one comes with one. I'm doubting it does if they sell these separately, but they're like $25, so that's making me feel better about this purchase already. And then here it is. Okay, everyone. And I'll be a little bit honest here with you. There was a part of me that wanted it because it was all black. Oh, she's nice. And she's perfect. Nothing like the one in the store. Oh, she's perfect. That is a beautiful looking microphone, if I say so myself. Cannot wait to have this dangling down over here. You know, and it's probably going to be like this, right? Or, well, like this. Because bit anal about that. Have to have the Rode the right way around. And I went with the Elgato low profile arm because I think that it will tick away nicely on my desk, but I'm not adverse to getting the Rode boom arm if needs be. Yeah, she looks beautiful. And then let's have a little look at the connections across the back. So it comes with a plug for the XLR, so they're assuming most people won't be using the XLR. Then it's got the USB-C monitoring headphone, and also what I'm presuming is the gain, but it could be headphone volume. I'd have to look at the spec to see that. And then this feels nice too, nice little tactile. And then the little gold accents kind of reminds me of the Marshall branding a little bit. But it looks beautiful. It's like, this is the thing. I know I said that, you know, I got it for the improvement qualities that it's going to bring, and that is 100% true. But when you're spending decent money, you want to feel good about it, and I definitely feel good about this purchase. Yeah. So well done, Rode. Thumbs up. So far, my initial impressions. There we have it. Like I was saying, PodMic USB, and then made in Australia. Well done, Rode. My first impressions are very good. I'm very happy about the amount of money I spent on this, especially as it comes with the pop filter. But I wanna try it naked first, and then I'll stick the pop filter on to see what that's like. First impressions, absolutely great. I can definitely see where the extra money I spent goes into buying this. Being able to have the pop filter, being able to have the optionality, because like I said, it's not just about right now where I want an Audient ID14, and they're not exactly easy to get hold of in Thailand. The ID4 comes up every now and again. I don't want to be forced into an ID4, but I also don't want to be forced into something like a Scarlett 2i2 or Scarlett Solo. You know, I want to be able to choose the one I want to be able to choose. So this at least gets me off the ground running and upgraded from the Razer Seiren Mini, which, like I said, it picks up too much in the background. It sounds decent when I've put it through some EQ and I put it through, you know, some enhancements, but you can't do that when you're live streaming. And this is why I'm doing daily uploads, because I'm trying to get everything down before I start live streaming. I don't want to be occurring these problems live. I'd rather fix them and then go live. And then the second thing is that it has the proper mounting, because that's going to give, being plastic, that's going to give sooner or later. But this will last forever. Absolutely. Oh, it's beautiful. I'm very excited. Very, very excited. Yeah, happy with that. Yeah, and you know, like, basically, I could have got the Logitech. Let me get this up there. I could have got the Logitech Pro X Rapid keyboard, and, you know, a good mice like the Superlight Dex 2 for around about the same price as this and the arm, maybe less actually. So feeling good about this purchase is a nice bonus, because, you know, like, there is that worry of, am I spending my money in the right place? But I hope that you guys will appreciate the audio increase as well. I know I'm going to appreciate the quality of life features of being able to stream without worrying about EQ and stuff. And then what else comes in here? This is the only other thing really that I'm worried about. I think from what I've seen, it comes with a 3-meter USB cable. If it doesn't, I need to buy 2 3-meter USB cables, because I have a 2-meter one to my camera right now, and there's not as much slack as I would like it. I would like to have more slack and then be able to actually clamp it down to my desk, rather than in and out every time I use it, because that's going to wear the ports. So let's have a little look. And it does look long. I don't know how long. Okay, so it looks like there's no real clean way of doing this. I'm gonna have to rip the paper holders here. So perhaps they could have done a better job. There's like a little bit of waste here. I think, for how much would it be for a little Velcro, and that would also be useful to the consumer. So there's a little bit of feedback for your road. Yeah, I think that this is going to be more than long enough. More than long enough for the arm to go in there. So definitely I got a 2 meter table. So yeah, you're looking at about 3 meters easily. I think easily 3 meters this. So yeah, let's put this away. It's a bit of a mess here now. So this is a bit of a mess. Just tuck this away. And then we'll take a little quick look at the arm. Okay, so here's the arm. Went for the low profile. And I know this is a bit generic, maybe a little bit vanilla, but I think that it will look decent under my monitor. Tuck it away. And I haven't got a big dangling thing coming in and out of shot all the time. That's the thought process behind it. I think that's the thought process behind why they made it. And this is what you get in the box, for those wondering. So you get the arm, you get the tools, and you also get the adapters to 3/8, 1/4 inch, and 5/8. So pretty much the whole creative ecosystem is covered, from cameras to mics to lights. Let's have a little look. So this came from Corsair Thailand. Beautifully packaged, might I add. I had to get that from CT Music. There's quite a few places where I trust CT Music. It's where I bought my Hizumitas pedal from. And that was hard to find. I think I got the last one in the country. But that was very hard to find, and I had to have it. Big fan of Boris, big fan of Wata. I just think that there's something so cool about this tiny Japanese woman with this massive mahogany Les Paul custom, just laying out these like insane riffs. I think that that's just perfection. So Boris is massive. I love Boris. Massive in every way. There's not one single way which Boris isn't massive. Sonically, in my mind, let's just try and pull this open without damaging it. So this is very tight, which is good. Oh, perfection. Look at this. This is how things should be made and packaged. You know you aren't getting a scuffed product. Perfection. Love it. And I'm going to leave it in there, guys. I'm going to leave it in there before I hook it up. I think because I don't want it to get scuffed up. But it's not going to. And then there we have it. So I'll probably clamp it there. And then when it's ready to use, it will just be pulled out to around about here. And that's where it's going to be. I could have it at the front, but I think I could have it hooked up to the front actually. By there. Yeah, and then pack it like this when I'm done. So it would be like this. So tell me what you think. Do I have it here? And then when I use it, it will come out kind of like this, straight to my mouth. Or do I have it at the back of the desk so that when it comes out, it will still, I will just have to be a bit closer. But I'd have to see what the sensitivity of the microphone is like, how it is when I pump the gain up, see if it starts introducing anything nasty. Because, you know, we are coming into summer in Thailand here. It is mid-30s, it will be close to 40s at times, so I have the air conditioning on, not just for me, but for all faithful here. And And then let's have a look at this, because this is the only part with branding, right? So this is the only part with branding, which is another reason why I bought it. And I love Rode. I used Rode for a long time, and I think that they make a really great product. And like I said, I like supporting a company that is Australia, and they're not outsourcing everything, right? It's a proper company in every sense of the word. It's not a faceless corporation, but their branding is... I want people to start going the Razer route, black on black with your branding, please. If you're listening to me, listening to this, black on black, even Elgato, you know, could you imagine this if it was black on black? Like, it's still your logo. I know you're proud, and we're proud of owning your products, you know, but we don't need to be reminded every day, every time that it's an Elgato product in this too obvious a sense. So please, if anyone at these companies are listening, try and embrace black on black. I think that black on black not only is a little bit more sophisticated, but it looks aesthetically better as well. I think that it looks cooler. I think it's something that is hard to pull off, and that will shine through. I mean, it's quite easy to stick a white sticker on something. But here we have it. So as you'd expect from an Elgato product, from a Corsair product, it's got foam on the inside already to protect your desk, which is good if you're moving it about a lot. To be honest, I could even have it upside down and have the mic arm tucked away under the desk so that I've got full use of the desk. If I put it over the other side especially, it's a shame that there's nothing we can really do about the handle, but that's not the end of the world. I mean it doesn't look terrible. I could even go with this setup, I think, and then have the mic tuck. And when I'm not using the mic, just tuck it away under the desk. That could definitely be an option, but obviously it's meant to be used like this, right? It's meant to be used like this, and honestly, on camera, it looks okay. You're not sort of, not worried too much about. Tell you what, I'll try and give it a shot just whilst we're here. It's a little bit like, if they didn't have this, I could have got it closer to the edge, but because it's got the handle, I need to give it a bit of room. But that's okay, because you can put sort of like a headphone hanger there and make use of that space. Where am I looking? And then this is the amount of setup involved as well, people. 3 seconds and we're operational. My God, what an improvement. What an absolute improvement to the nonsense that I was dealing with for the past 2 weeks with the Razer. Not that there's a huge problem with the Razer. I think for a beginner, that's cool. They could have given us an extension so that it lifts higher up, I think, but this is a different world. This is a totally different world. We're not even close. And we've got 2 ball joints here, and then a lock-in thread here. And I've got my does it need a... Yeah, so it needs a adapter, which would be in here. A little dime bag. Perfect. Brass, as they should be, as all adapters should be. Brass. Perfection. Just what we need. Okay, so it should be this one, right? I think. Okay. And the reason all adapters should be brass is because it's what's the word? It's a metal that doesn't corrode. It doesn't really react with much, and also it's soft enough but hard enough. And you know, if you're if, say, this is aluminium, right? Say it's aluminium or mild steel, and you've put it up against more aluminium, it will corrode and stick together. And this is good. This is really good. I'm really happy with this. So even though Elgato might be a gaming brand, this is definitely okay. So now we have to do some twisty. All right. This is not. 1 minute. Let me just try and make my life easy. Why am I trying to make my life hard? Let's do this the easy way. Fighting against gravity for no reason. And as people said, the only thing that I might need to do is, because of the weight of the PodMic, is adjust the tension here. Well, that was easy. Okay, so that was the easiest thing I've ever done in my life. Adjust the tension. Is there a way? Okay. So there. So what's? Okay, so that's a little bit. It's a little bit crap. I might have to think. Perhaps. Perhaps something like this. I think this would be, yeah, I mean, look at that. Perfection, absolute perfection. And what did that take me? Very little time. Tell me what you guys think. Does it look good? Does it look okay? Does it look suitable? I think it does. And what I would do is I would run the USB-C cable then through the arm and then under the desk. It wouldn't run it, you know, so there's not visible. And there we have it. And then whenever I want to go, I just pull it out, and that's it. It's done. I think, you know, that's it. I mean, I might have to just get used to it so that I'm not knocking it against the PC or whatever. Perfection, you know. And even if I wanted to sort of like tuck this away at the end, I can just, you know, there you go. Perfection. I can tighten this up, I think, a little bit. There's a little Allen key thing here. So I think I can tighten this a tiny bit just to make it. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, perfect. So there's more resistance there, which is nice. I'm not going to be accidentally swinging this around, hitting the side of my case or anything else now. Perfect. It takes a little bit of force to get that moving. Perfection, guys. That's it. That is perfection. Look at that. There you go. Just takes a little bit of time. Just takes a tiny bit of time. And I could have started today, right? I could have started my YouTube today and it would have been perfect from the get-go, but I wouldn't have learned the lessons I learned in the past sort of 2 weeks. So I'm really happy that I didn't start today and I started the other day. A few more other things that I did get. So I'm coming to the end of my normal notebooks. So I just picked up 2 notebooks, and these I find are pretty decent. They're just a domestic brand, I believe they're called. And I got one which is plain, so I can start my drawing, and one which will act as a diary, which is just got grey to try and match the theme. But I do currently, I can't make my tripod's blocking the drawer, but I do have one in sort of like a crazy horse tan colour at the moment, but I thought I would break it off and start and try and do a new colour. But that's it today. So more is there to say? You've seen me set it up, right? You've seen me set it up. Here we are. So I might just have to be careful of my mouse. It does clear the mouse. But here we are. What more is there to say? It's set up. Hello world. Obviously I'm not speaking into this one, I'm speaking into the road, right? Seconds of work. Perfect. Okay, everyone. So thank you for bearing with me over these couple of weeks where the audio has been up and down. DJI mic, Rode Shotgun mic, picking up all the echoes, the reflections, the plosives. Those days are hopefully behind us. And as we always say on this channel, this is Banshee Interactive. I'm David Roberts. And remember, this is not a simulation.